Easyspeak is a meeting management tool used by a lot of clubs in Toastmasters International. By meeting management, I mean that it gives information on the agenda and allows you to create an agenda in a meeting, provides information on the members and also their personal tracking information. So when did you do speeches and when did you do roles? Members can really help contribute to their club by actively using Easyspeak, and in this video I'll show you how to do that. So the website for Easyspeak is www.toastmasterclub.org. It's really important that you don't go to easyspeak.org because this website does exist and looks the same, but you won't be able to log in. So it's toastmasterclub.org. When you first open up the page, you'll come to this page. What you want to do is log in the top right-hand corner. Your username will be provided to you by your club. The password will be emailed to you when you first join. So either if you become a guest or a member, you'll have a password emailed to you. If you can't remember this password, you can click the I forgot my password and follow it through there. If this still isn't working, please contact your VPE and they'll be able to reset your password. The most important advice here is to follow the links in the password reset email that you will receive. Please don't copy and paste the password directly from the email into the website, else it won't work. So once you're logged in, you'll see this page. This is the home page for your club, and at the top it will say which club this is associated to. One of the most useful things that you can do is to tell your VPE what your meeting attendance will be. To do this, you can either go to meetings and the next meeting, which will show the date, or there's a link at the bottom here underneath your profile. So you can click on this screen. What you'll see at the very top is the date, the meeting number, how long it will be, and lots of information. You'll also see something saying, am I attending this meeting? If you are, click the green button. If you're not, click the red button, and it will ask for a reason why, which you can leave blank or fill in. If you can go through and set this attendance for all of the meetings, it really helps the meeting managers to understand whether or not you're attending and they should give you a role, or whether or not you're not attending and you shouldn't receive a role. To go between meetings, use the previous and the next button. When you actually get to a meeting, one of the things you may like to do is print off an agenda. On the right-hand side of every meeting, there is a little print button saying agenda. If you click this, it will bring up the agenda. What you can see is the meeting details at the top. You can see all of the different roles, who's presenting them and what the event is. On the left-hand times are the start times for all of these, or the expected start times, so you can see during the meeting if you're running to time or not. And then on the right-hand side are the green, amber and red lights, which is especially important for the timekeeper to know what the time is for each of these. If you're Toastmaster of the evening, you should see an additional button here with a little printer saying detail. This is a more detailed agenda that the Toastmaster normally has, and it shows all those hidden tasks, things like ask for voting, ask for timekeeper for times. So we can just prompt you for those little additional bits of information. The next thing that's really useful about Easyspeak is that you can directly request online to do a role or to do a speech. And this helps the VPE to know who wants to do what role and who wants to do what in their learning. So to request a role, you go to one of the future meetings. As you scroll down, you'll see here that your attendance and say you are going to come. And then there's a load of different roles available for this meeting. If I wanted to evaluate Rich in this particular instance, I would say, yes, accept the evaluator role. And what you'll see now is it's put that role in for me. Now the VP may decide to change this about to spread the roles equally, but that does request it for VPA. The next thing you can do is request a speech. You can do this in multiple ways. You have the request a speech button, or you can go up to the top to my participation and then view my speech progress. And we're going to go through review my speech progress. So each individual person has access to this view my speeches. Below, you can see all the speeches that you've done. And then individually, for each path, for each historical workbook, you can see what the speech was and the speech title. You can see when it was actually completed and who evaluated you. And you can also get some objectives from this speech. If you want to request a speech, press the Request a Speech button, and a pop-up will appear. You can see I'm requesting this speech for Heart of England. I can add a speech title, which I can leave blank for now, but we do recommend that you go and add this in before the actual meeting. You have the workbook or speech present. If you're already completing a path, then you would go to the path, click on Dynamic Leadership, and you can select which speech you want to do. However, if you're starting a new path or maybe a new workbook, you go up to the top and then select which workbook you're doing. And then you need to say which dates you would prefer to have. Now you can see on these meetings, we have 3 speeches, which is a full meeting. On this meeting on the 21st of July, there's only 1 speech booked in. So that would probably be my first preference if I wanted to get it done straight away. I can then add any more for the future. Requesting a speech does not mean that the speech is booked in. It just means that it is asked for VPE saying, I would prefer to do it on the 21st of July. Please do be patient with your VPEs because if there's a lot of requests, it's not always possible to give somebody their first requested date, but we do try best. If you're a member of multiple clubs, then under the preferred dates, you can select a different club. So if I go to New Street Speakers, it has the different dates now of the meetings. Once you're completed, you press Save. And then at the top, you will see that under your requested speeches, this speech has now been available. If I wanted to change either the project type, maybe in level 3 I chose a different elective, or if I want to add the speech title, click on the little edit button and you can change the speech title or the workbook speech. The little speech bubble with a question mark means that it's been requested but it hasn't been assigned to a meeting yet, so it's still an outstanding speech request. Once this turns into a little yellow clock face, that means it has been set to a meeting and it will come up with the date of a meeting. Once the speech has been completed and the VP has closed the meeting, you'll then see it will then move from requested speeches into your workbook history, and you'll see a little green tick next to it as well. If you no longer want to do that speech, or maybe you've accidentally put in too many speech requests, there's a little blue button here saying delete. Once you press that, it will delete your speech. You can always re-request it at any point. As with any IT system, you have a profile on Easyspeak, which means you can update the information. On the left-hand side, you'll see an image and saying welcome and your username. If you click on this username, it will go to your user profile. You can change your email address for your username. You can change your password from here as well. Under personal, it will have any information you wish to show to the public. So if you do or don't want your mobile number shown, it's available here. Preferences pretty much should stay the same, but what language do you want it in? What date format do you want it in? And communication allows you to publicize information. So what is your Facebook link? What's your Twitter profile? And what is your LinkedIn profile? This is if you want to share it with other people. Images, as you would expect, allows you to upload an image of yourself so that when people see your profile, they can say, is it the right one? And the Toastmaster clubs shows all the clubs you're associated with. So in here you can see for clubs I'm a member of, clubs that I have been a member of, or clubs that I've been to. You can also see information about the speeches. And again, you can request a speech from here, but this is the information you would see on any Toastmasters profile. Once you've made a change, just remember to press save. So one really great thing you can do in Easyspeak is have a look at all the information about your club, or really any club. To do this, you go to the top menu, This Club. If you click on the club officers, it will show you who are club officers for this year, so your president, your VPA. If you go to the user list, it will show you all of the members in your club and also allows you to email them while being GDPR safe. And if you go to club charts, there's a whole load of charts you can use to start looking at the club. Maybe you want to see who's done what in pathways. And again, if you're supporting an area director in a contest, for example, this could be really useful to say who's level 2. Or maybe if you're the contest chair, you want to see who's level 2 for an international speech contest. You can see the green ticks mean done. At the top shows the different levels, and you can start seeing people's progress. You can go back to this club charts, or at the top here, you can go to the different charts. So maybe you want to look at who's done what role a couple of meetings ago. You go to roles by meeting. This lets you look forward, say, 2 meetings, or the last 8 meetings, the last 16 meetings, and you can start seeing who did what role across your club. Another chart that might be useful is the mentoring. So maybe you want to mentor, but you're not sure if someone has too many. In this chart, you can see who is the mentor and who they are mentoring. And it can be really good knowledge to understand your club better. To show you on Easyspeak is actually the help options, because if you have any questions, you're probably not the first person to ask this. There's 2 options for this. One is the Easyspeak training. There are so many videos, webinars, and individual help sections which you can go to from here. So I would recommend going through and showing what you can do on Easyspeak. The next is the help options. If you go to the discussion forum, generally people go to the how do I section. And what you'll find is loads of different questions from people asking for help. How do I add a new meeting role? How do I change the times of my meetings? And if you have any questions, you can add a new topic. If you've got any issues with merging users together, anything that's not working correctly, or just some advice, please do post a new ticket and one of us will get back to support you. The next thing I want to show you is the district structure. One of the great things about Easyspeak is that you can access and see the information about other clubs, which means you can contact people in other clubs. Whether you're just looking at getting people to attend your contests, getting people want to go to another club, or you're looking to do area roles, put together an educational day, it's really great to be able to work with the other areas. So you can either go to the very bottom of the page and click on District 71, or you can go to Organisation, and you can see that we are District 71, Division E, Area 42. You can also see this from your homepage, and this is one of the themes you'll find with Easyspeak, is that the same information is normally available in 5 or 6 places, so you can actually find your preferred method of information. So at the bottom of the page here, you'll see your club affiliation. So District 71, Division E, Area 42, Heart of England. Really importantly, this is where you'll find your club number. Almost every single year, when the club contest happens, the area division contest happens, one of my members will say to me, what's the club number? And I'll quickly jump onto the home page of my club and find the home number here. It really is the simplest way. But if we did want to go look at other parts of the country, if we click on District 71, it brings up for each page the officer page. You've got your different divisions up here, and you had your different director roles. So this is the DLT on this page. So John Cox, Patricia O'Reilly, Gerard Mannix. If you click the email button, it will send them an email they will only see your email address if they reply back to you, which means that there is a level of GDPR involved here, and that obviously the information is available. If you want it, you can hide this. If we go into the individual divisions, you'll see a very similar setup where we have the division director who's contactable. We also have who supports Easyspeak, and then we have our area directors. And then lastly, you have each of the individual clubs, their club number, and you can directly email the presidents. If you do want to go a step further, you click on the hyperlink for the club, and every single club will have one of these pages with their number, area, division, district. It will have a contact for them, when their meetings are, and then it will also have all of their club officers. So again, if you specifically want to talk to the VP of a club or the membership of a club, you have their contact details. And that's a really powerful tool used across the whole of Easyspeak. Now, something you might want to do again is find a club. So if you go to a division event and somebody says, oh, I'm in the Manchester club, just give me find me on Easyspeak, contact me. I can click on the menu, go to, and club search. If I type in the name Manchester, or I could type it into the address, it will bring up the details of the Manchester clubs. I mean, if I click on one, I've got access to that, or I can contact them through email and see that it's Julian I'd want to send an email to. Almost all of the clubs in District 71 have an account on Easyspeak. It might only be a summary account, but they will still have an account there. The other thing is user search. Now, this is a really fundamental part of Easyspeak. What we need with Easyspeak is for each user to have one account, so that all of their speeches, all of their progress, and all of their communication is all stored under one account. If you were to if somebody came as a guest, a visiting Toastmaster to your club, and you just added a new user in for them, they could end up with multiple users. And I could show you with this example. Here, Ian Thompson actually does have two accounts because they've been made. So half his progress is on one account, half of them is on the other. If this does happen, then if you go to the Help Options Knowledge Forum and post a sticky note saying, I've got two accounts, Ian 42 and Ian Tom, we can get those merged for you so that you only have one account.